Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be making a butterfly nail design using some pink and nude shades. Here we've got pink still, which is our pink shade. We also have a glittery gel polish, which is something I don't use too much. So this one is 2129 from Cloud Beauty. I'm trying to bring out a bit more glitter gel polishes into designs. And here we have 11033, which is our nude shade. If you're a regular, you'll know I absolutely love it, and I'm running out. So you probably see later on in the video. I am trying to lean the bottle on the side, trying to scrape up the last little bits because it's just too precious to throw away. And I haven't actually placed an order for a new one, so I'm trying to make the most out of the time I have with that bottle. So I am going to apply the base colours down first, of course. So we've got 3 nails that are going to be fully pink nails. We are going to have one full nude nail, and then the 5th nail is going to be an ombre between the nude and the pink today. You can see a couple of little fluffs in there. I do end up, I think, taking them out. I will do the second coat off camera as usual as well today. And I'll quickly show you guys how I do my ombres. So I just apply the nude at the top, although I've decided to disappear from the screen. I'm probably searching for my brush, knowing me. I tried to come as prepared as I possibly can for videos, but there are times where I always forget something, whether it's a brush or maybe a glitter or something I forget in the set. But yeah, here I'm going in with the nude, which is going at the top. You want to kind of place it about halfway, and usually I also don't like to do a really thin layer. I like there to be a bit more gel polish. I find it to just be easier for me to blend in the center, so that's the way I kind of go about my ombre. So just make sure that the 2 colors meet in the center, and then using your ombre brush, just go back and forth in the center once you're happy. And then usually once I'm roughly happy in the center, I like to do a 1 full swipe right from the top right to the bottom, and I make sure that I do not lift the brush. Basically, I don't wipe in between. I think that was kind of roughly my attempt at the full one. But there we are, we've done 2 layers off camera. Now it's time for some glitter, of course. So I brought out this one here. If you're wondering where I get all of my glitters, literally 98% of my glitters are from Larissi. I will try and make sure the link is in the description for you guys. I think the link also saves you either some sort of money or a percentage of your purchase. They are amazing, immensely affordable, so go ahead and check them out. They have millions and millions of glitters, fine chunky mixes even. They do really nice mixes on there too, so do make sure you check them out. So now it's time for our glittery gel polish. I don't use them quite often, and actually I do have a fair chunk of those, so I thought let me bring them out today. And especially as we are doing some stamping later on in the video, I thought that the glitter might be quite a nice kind of background shade, kind of something sparkly in the background to stamp onto, just to give that kind of maybe layered effect. So we are using 2 stamping plates today from Born Pretty. I think both are from Born Pretty. This one you have probably seen plenty of times. I've used it a lot of the time. It's my most favorite one. Oh no, so this one's Beauty Big Bang. So the other one was Born Pretty. This one's Beauty Big Bang. The Beauty Big Bang one, as you've probably seen, is mainly full coverage images, and the Born Pretty one is just mainly kind of the singular images, so you can basically mix and match them, which is what I decided to go for today. Just kind of bring in some of the full covers into a couple of those nails, and then decorate the rest of the nails with some of those singular images there. So for the full nail, that's nude, I really like the butterfly, so I just picked up the butterfly, the biggest one I could find on there, and stamped it roughly in the middle. It is a little bit more higher than the middle, but it's kind of what I was going for, just because we are going to chuck some crystals, both at the top and the bottom, so you wanted to leave enough space for that. This one in particular, I quite liked it because it was really cute. I liked how it had the little moon shape at the back of the butterfly, and the little things hanging off, the little crystal and little moons, and I think it's some sort of a planet or something going on. I really like that one, so I thought I'll reverse stamp it, and what we're going to do is colouring the butterfly with some white stamping polish. I'm going to colour in the little kind of crystal and the little planet hanging down as well, and one that looks like a football, which might be Earth. Maybe they're trying to mimic Earth, I'm not sure. But we are going to colour it in. If you wanted to, you could also colour in the moon, but I thought that that'll be a bit too much, and especially as the butterfly is very white, I thought I'll just leave the moon as it is. And then you want to stamp that on that one of those glittery nails that we've got there in the centre. And then I thought I will add some extra little detailing on there. So there is a little image on this somewhere. Oh, there. Oh, tackle it now. There we go. There's those two little butterflies, and I really like that, so I thought I'll pick that up and then place that on top of the image that we've just stamped. So almost to make it look like the butterflies are flying away from that image. And then I've obviously thought it still wasn't enough. So one of those images on there has these beautiful little stars, kind of almost looks like the butterflies flying away and leaving this beautiful star dust, stardust maybe. So I quite like that. So I thought I would kind of add that into that image to make it look like that's kind of creating that little dust. There we go. I quite like how this one came out, and it just proves how stamping, you can really mix and match different images together, different plates together. It is quite rare that I do mix plates together, just because I kind of try to focus on creating a nail design strictly from one plate, just to show you guys that the different kind of techniques and ideas of what you can do with just the one plate, because I know not everybody will have the time or money to spend a bunch of money on different plates just to create a one nail design. So this is a bit rare for me to bring in another plate, especially as I have a lot of plates that I haven't even touched yet, which is probably why I'm, at the moment anyway, strictly sticking to using one plate to create designs whenever I am trying to do a stamping design. But I'm sure in the future I'll start bringing different designs in, different plates in together just to create designs when I run out of ideas to do with the plates. So here I put some of that stamping polish on my actual stamper, sorry, and I'm just covering in that butterfly as well. And I thought I'll just do that just to kind of tie in the rest of the stamping that we done a minute ago with the white. And I've seen people on YouTube actually put the stamping little blob on your stamper whilst you're colouring in, so I thought I'd give that a go, and it was actually really easy to do it that way rather than having to pick it up from a different area. I don't know why I disappeared again. Maybe waiting for it to dry, because sometimes when I reverse stamp I like to wait for it to dry. There we are, we're going to stamp it somewhat in the centre again, and then I wanted those little, as you can see around the butterfly, you've almost got like, it looks like paint splatters, so I wanted more of those to cover up the nail to make it a proper full cover. So I am going in again and picking up the little splodges in particular, but you notice that I will actually scrape downwards, so I'll pick up that whole butterfly anyways, which is fine. We'll just have to stamp down one side at a time and not the whole thing. So I'll just stamp little bits at the bottom there, and then we'll cover it up at the top as well. Even if you get a bit of that butterfly on there, you won't probably even be able to tell. If you get like the corner of it, you will not be able to tell that it was a butterfly, just because of how many splodges are on there. There we go. So we've got some crystals. So I'm going in with crystals first before we're going to top coat. I'm doing it the proper way today, who would have thought? So we do have this beautiful little butterfly with a pink rose. I'm just zooming out so you can see a bit better. So we're going to place that one on the ombre nail. I'm just going to use some of my Macart Instant Glue Gel on a nail art brush just to place it down. I will quickly place the butterfly down and then cure that before we continue with the rest of the crystal placement, just because that butterfly was very heavy and I was just using regular rhinestone glue gel, so of course that won't keep it in place as much. And I am purposely trying to make it cure it in a slanted way, as you can see there, and that's because we're going to make it look like a little necklace coming out from the sides. And then literally is my most recent favorite crystal placement. It's honestly just the most beautiful thing ever. I really like how it came out, and then I felt like the bottom part of the nail was a bit bare, so I will just chuck a couple of AB crystals down there too. Just a quick disclaimer, if you can hear any kind of cars or outside noise happening right now, I apologise. It's incredibly warm recently in the UK, so I do have my windows open and I live on a pretty busy area, kind of road, so there's quite a few cars going up and down, but if I close it I will melt, so I'm so sorry if you can hear in the background. I hope not. I do have a noise cancelling microphone, so hopefully it's not that noticeable, but I'll hear it back in a minute and see what happens. So I placed the bottom AB crystals. Now I'm just going to do that top bit there. I'm only actually applying a couple of AB crystals, and then the rest of it I'm going to finish off with caviar beads. So here I'm going to pick them up and just finish up the necklace, and it honestly is so cool because you can recreate this exact necklace look with any sort of charm or any large kind of crystal or anything that you're using. Sometimes I find these big butterflies. Hard to place. I'm not quite sure how to incorporate them in a crystal placement because, you know, I personally don't like to just place the one butterfly. It just feels out of place. I feel like I need to connect it in some way or add something extra to make it look like it's supposed to be there. So adding this little necklace vibe really brings it together and makes it literally fit in perfectly. So I love it. And this is my little tool actually. I don't really show it too often. Usually the caviar beads I kind of recently been filming off camera for you or just cutting it out, but I use this little tool to kind of help me either make the lines very straight or make them curvy or whatever I need to do to fix up the caviar beads. I like to use this little tool I've got here. So I'm just finishing up the caviar beads. There we go. So that has probably been already cured and chilling in the background because I just don't want anything to move, and it took me so long to, you know, perfect the caviar beads and everything, so I have placed it into the lamp. So for this nail, super easy, nothing special. We are not even adding any caviar beads. If you wanted to, absolutely go ahead because it will make that crystal placement so much better, but I decided not to that day for some reason. So where we just placed the rhinestone glue gel is exactly where we're placing the AB crystals, and we're just doing the very basic, you could say boring crystal placement. It's just the same vibe where you place your largest crystal in the center, and the further away you're getting, the smaller of a crystal you're using until you are happy. So I actually decided to pick up quite a few crystals, but you could only place 3 on either side. You can go as far as doing 6. It will all depend on how large your nail bed is and yeah, what you're kind of working on, slash even possibly the actual shape of your nail. So if you have an actual square or something like that, you might end up actually switching the crystal placement up and just a little bit, just a tad, just because of the bottom part being different. So obviously we can't fully mimic what we've done at the top, so I'm just going to follow the bottom bit on this stiletto nail, just going upwards on the left hand side, and then once I'm happy I'll pop it into the lamp and then we can crack on with our top coat. But like I said, if you do want to do caviar beads or you'd have the time to do them because they are quite time consuming, do go ahead and do them. They honestly elevate the nail design so much. I'm quite annoyed actually that I didn't place them down, but I was either probably rushing or there was something why I didn't do it, because about 95% of the time I do. So yeah, but yeah, it's super fun and makes it look way better. So now that that's cured, it's time for our top coat, and you'll be shocked to know I'm using a glossy one today. That's fun. I mainly wanted to use glossy because we did use that glittery gel polish, and I just kind of felt like if I do matte, it might dim it down and not actually create the effect that I was going for. So I am going in with a top coat today. And if you're wondering who actually persuaded me, you could say, to do a glitter background for a stamping, was actually Talia's Nail Studio on YouTube. She's an amazing YouTuber. I absolutely love watching her vlogs and everything, and she does a lot of press on nail videos and designs as well, and showcases a lot of nail products. So she does a lot of stamping too, and I noticed she does quite a lot of stamping on glittery backgrounds, and I've never thought of doing that. I always felt like I'm just going to cover up the glitter or everything like that, so I've given it a go, and I actually quite like it. I kind of feel like it gives that kind of dimension and everything, so let me know what you think about it in the comments below. So this is the final result. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would absolutely love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.